From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's an every kind radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No! I am your host. Write down our telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And I have an email message. This is pretty outrageous stuff, and I think we're going to get a big response on this. It's from a listener named Brent. Brent writes and it says, "Hello, Tom. Yesterday I went to my friend's birthday party. Everyone was having a good time until one of his friends and his girlfriend arrived. I told the joke that she didn't get or like, and she responded like a typical ball-busting bitch. I responded to that, and her boyfriend reached deep down, and with the most macho voice he could muster, he said to me, 'Cool it.' I thought nothing of it until it happened again. And once again he said, 'Cool it.' This guy said he was, quote, defending his woman's honor. I couldn't help but feel sorry for the guy having to put up with this crap. I wanted to tell him and his so-called honorable woman, who obviously couldn't understand normal thinking, where to stick it. But I didn't want to ruin my friend's party. I'm curious as to why a guy feels the need to, quote, defend the honor of their women. This is a new century. Women have just as many rights, maybe more than men do. And this one obviously had the stones to speak her own mind so she could defend herself. So why was her boyfriend upset at me? Why didn't he check his bitch with his coat at the door? Maybe some of your listeners can give the class reasons why they want to play hero to these bitches. And if they put up with crap from them at home, you're the man, Dad. Brent. I think Brent is exactly right. More than once in my life, I have been involved with bitches. Of course, you didn't necessarily know they were bitches until you started taking them out in public, who caused scenes in public. I once was involved with a chick who I would take to hockey. And by the end of the first period, she would be soused. And she would start getting into a shouting match with somebody in the next section. I mean a shouting match that devolved into threats. Yeah, say that to me over here, cheesehead. Come over here. I'll beat the crap out of you. Come over here and say that. Now, I would have to be a complete idiot to jump in and say to the other drunken bitch, hey, cool it. I would be just as stupid if some guy got into a pissing match with her. You know, if somebody wants to cause trouble like that, they should cause trouble like that on their own. Why should a guy get involved in that? Brent is exactly right. Times have changed. It's the 21st century. Do we really need to be defending women's honor? If somebody says something to a woman that we're dating, that we're living with, that we're married to, is it a man's business to get involved? You tell me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
Everybody should listen to exactly what you say, and if they do follow it to the T, then it'll work, period. That's it.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, yeah, the Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. I know guys do this. We've never talked about this. It's a very good point by Brent, our emailer. Have you ever defended a woman's honor? Yeah, like she makes some smart-ass comment to somebody and the person one-ups her. And then you jump in and say, hey, cool it, I'm going to punch you in the face. Or, lay off my girl. You ever done that? You idiot. Just let her get into her trouble by herself. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Sam on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tommy Gunn, what's happening, man?
Doing okay, Sam.
All right. Yeah, I just want to say, long time, first time. While I don't always agree with you, I do find the show highly entertaining. And about the current topic, most definitely, man. I don't believe in defending a girl's honor. She's just gonna, try and use it, manipulate the situation, like, to.
By the way, if a chick is getting boned by me, she has no honor anyway. There's nothing to defend. That went out the window a long time ago with her undies.
Yeah, but I think like a lot of girls will like. They get on a power trip or something. They think it's funny to, try and, manipulate a situation to see if you'll jump in and get involved. I had one girl do that. I was at a Dodger game one time, and she just started causing a ruckus, and, I almost got into a brawl there at the game. It was just,
You did?
A lot of girls, yeah, I think a lot of girls just...
Well, why did you get into the brawl? Why didn't you just let her go for it?
I should have, man.
That's what you do.
Totally.
When your girl acts irresponsibly, you just let her see how far it can go.
I should have pulled a DTB, huh, Tom?
That would be time to get a Dodger dog.
Or a beer.
And by the way, you've seen the lines at Dodger Stadium. You'll be back in the 8th inning.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's what I would do if I were you.
Right on. Hey, man, real quick, I just wanted to call and say that. And also, I love how you tell guys not to be persistent because oftentimes it does not pay off. I love that.
The more persistent you are, the more you're digging a hole for yourself.
Yeah, the more she's got you by the balls, right?
That's right.
Hey, cool, Tom. Could you take me out with back-to-back Mexican style?
I guess I could.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Here is Megan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Megan.
Hey, long-time listener. So excited to talk to you right now.
Thank you.
I was just calling because, you know what, I agree with 100% of everything you say. You are totally right, and I hate it when girls try to start fights and then hide behind their boyfriends. Girls do that all the time. All the girls I know, even me and my dad, talk about girls basically just in California who do that all the time.
Oh, this is not just California.
Oh, but especially out here.
No. What are you, from the East Coast?
No, I'm from California.
Boy. Most people from California don't refer to California as out here.
Well, yeah. Well.
So your dad is from New Jersey or something, right?
No, we're from out here. We just don't like to be associated with...
Really?
Yeah, with how the people out here, it's just...
The people out here. We ought to send you to, Butler, New Jersey.
Well, I lived in New York for a year.
Ah, so. There it is, yeah. Right there. I can smell it. You smell like the number 4 train.
Oh, that's terrible. But, yeah, I just basically just want to say I agree with you that half the girls out here don't even deserve for you to stand up without even saying anything. basically what you said. If you're boning her, then she doesn't even deserve.
By the way, you know what? For me, that would be the greatest thing if some chick decided to go out on a limb thinking I was going to rescue her, and then got the S kicked out of her. Are you kidding me? I don't care if I could never bone her again. It would be worth it just to see her get the S kicked out of her.
You know what? I'd probably watch. I'd pay to see that. I would.
That would be worth giving up a good piece of ass, watching her go out on a limb expecting me to rescue her, and I just cut the branch off. Watch her get beaten to a bloody pulp.
You know, that's why I love you. That's why I love you.
See, you and everybody in New Jersey.
No, I was actually in upstate New York, not really.
Upstate? Where in upstate New York?
I went to a university out Binghamton University.
Nobody in New York City even considers that to be part of New York.
Well, I mean, I've been to New York City, but
Binghamton. You know what they say in New York about Binghamton? I think that's out near Buffalo someplace.
Yeah, it's like Syracuse, so.
Yeah, that's near Buffalo someplace, too.
That's how the girls out there are, too, so, you know, they're all the same, Tom. You don't have to worry about it.
How did you manage to go to school in Binghamton, New York from Riverside, California?
Just applying to college, and I was just like, hey, I guess I'll go here just to go.
You decided you weren't paying enough for heating oil, and you decided you needed to move someplace where the energy costs were ridiculous?
Just trying somewhere new.
You needed a place with 7 months of winter?
You know what? It was more like the whole year.
You needed a place where the favorite pastime is seeing how many buffalo wings you can eat?
I'm back now, okay? I'm never going back there.
How many pounds did you gain in Binghamton?
You know what? I actually lost weight up there.
You lost weight in Binghamton? Why was that?
I wanted to become a personal trainer when I came back to California.
Yeah, not a lot of competition for that in Binghamton.
Yeah. You're not kidding.
24-hour fitness is only 12-hour fitness there.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad I got through. I am so happy to talk to you, Dad. I love you. You're great.
Thank you, darling.
Have a good day.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. A fitness trainer in Binghamton, New York. What's the point? Even if you made yourself look hot, you'd still be living in Binghamton. What do you do with it? Jesus. How would you like to be the hottest woman in Binghamton? I want to be a personal trainer, but there were no customers here. I had to move back to California. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. We're talking about guys who, quote-unquote, defend the honor of women. Mike, hello.
Father, how are you?
Doing okay.
All right, well, get this one. Basically, this will prove that none of these idiots should do anything for these stupid bitches. About 10 years ago, I get a phone call from my girlfriend at the time. Love with this girl. I'm in complete love with her. She calls me up, says her ex-boyfriend is calling her on the phone saying he's coming over and threatening her and this, that, and the other thing. I happen to be 2 blocks away with a couple of my friends. So we drive over to her house. When we pulled up, she was in the driveway, and he had her by the arm, and she was struggling to get away from him. He was trying to get her in the car to go with him. He saw me jump back in his car with 2 of his friends inside, lock the doors, everything. So we ended up getting him out of the car. We get into a fight. Her mom already had called the cops. We beat the living daylights out of these guys. Cops show up, arrest me and my friends, okay? I get an assault and battery charge out of the whole thing, and so did my friends. A year later, I catch her. Basically, he ran out of her house when I pulled up. They were banging.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? Was it assault and battery charge to have a good?
Hey, you defended her honor.
No, I don't. What honor? I don't know what I was defending. It was like the dumbest, stupidest move any man could possibly make. And you have to let these guys know. Do not fight for these girls. They do not appreciate it. They will say they appreciate it. They will thank you for being their knight in shining armor.
They're laughing behind your back. They're laughing behind your back.
And, yep, well, not behind my back, under the sheets, if you know what I mean.
Oh, boy. Sorry to hear that, Mike.
Can you blow me up?
Of course I can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. William on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, like I was telling Dean about several years ago.
Oh, you told Dean about this?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Well,
well,
if you already told Dean, I don't need to. I'll ask Dean later what you were calling about.
I'd rather tell you.
No,
you
you already told Dean. No. I'll have Dean come in.
You might find it.
I'm sure I will. And when I'm going to ask Dean what your conversation was like. Dean, step in here. Tell me about William. William said the two of you had just an engaging conversation. What was it about?
Some clown stepped up to him at a bar when he was defending his woman, and the guy was significantly bigger than him. And he tricked him by hitting him low, picking him up, and throwing him down, in essence, defending the girl.
And he was proud of this?
Very much so. He claims to be a champion wrestler from Iowa, so you wouldn't expect from his 145.9 frame to take on a guy that is 6 foot plus 200-something.
Would you call the conversation with William engaging?
Absolutely.
Memorable?
Very much so.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean. All right, William, sorry, we don't need to hear from you. We already heard about it from Dean. I think he left. You know, again, a reminder to those of you who call radio programs, do not regale me with the fact that you spoke to the screener. I don't want to hear about your conversation with the screener. Your job when you call a radio show is to pretend you haven't told the story to anybody, so it sounds fresh. Because all you do is give us the impression that the screener is having a better show than the host. Oh, yeah, I was talking to Dean. We had a great conversation. Well, F you. And tell you what, go on Dean's radio show. What time is that on? It's that snake oil infomercial at 4 in the morning, probably, right? You know, snake oil can prevent cancer. Doing it at 4 a.m. Dean D'Amelio will be there, and he'll be your host. With Dr. Vinny Boom Bots, it'll be very exciting. Just amazing. No matter how many times I give this lecture to the audience, there's always one jerk who calls in and starts telling me about his conversation with Dean. And it just pisses me off. Anybody who tells me about their conversation with the screener is going to get aced. If you tell me you told Dean about it, I'll check with Dean. I don't need to talk to you. You better hope Dean remembers what the two of you talked about. You better hope Dean thinks it's as memorable as you do. Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello to Lexi on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty damn good.
Good. So I have the funniest story to tell you. I learned my lesson like a long time ago to not even expect a guy to defend my honor. When I was in high school, one like big, huge, I'm talking like 6'5", 280 black dude, was trying to ask me out. And when I said no, he pushed me. So I ran to my boyfriend and said, he pushed me. Oh, my God, you're not going to believe what he did, da-da-da-da. So my boyfriend, who was like, I don't know, 5'8", goes after him, and I'm behind my boyfriend going, yeah, that's right, yeah. And the guy reached around my boyfriend's head with his left, arm and punched me square in the jaw and knocked me out. Huh.
You got exactly what you deserve, sweetheart.
Was that? No, totally. I just think, to me, that's like the funniest thing. It was like seeing stars like in the cartoons.
That guy,
Never again did I do anything like that.
That guy took you to school.
Totally. But I learned my lesson.
Good for you.
Oh, no, it's funny.
Am I putting you to sleep over there?
Yeah.
You know, those yawns are contagious.
Sorry.
Rough night last night?
What?
Rough night last night?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So it's just me boring you, I guess.
No, I'm just, working.
Just working.
Mm-hmm. But thanks for listening, Tom.
Don't fall asleep until the middle of the conversation with me. Believable. By the way, I have an update on the, this goes back a ways. Remember I had the problem with the song, not Tiny Dancer, Private Dancer by Tina Turner? Yeah, well, it was just getting out of my head. This is absolutely true. It was just getting out of my head. Oh, don't even. It was just leaving my head. I swear, over the weekend I was at my home up in Santa Barbara County and relaxing, and the phone rang. And I got a telephone call from somebody who has their number blocked. And so I look at the phone and it says on it, private number. And as of Saturday, now I'm hearing this. I swear it's true. I'm hearing this song in my head as private number. Tina Turner singing the song Private Number. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this song and I'm going to put it on my cell phone, and every time I get a call from a blocked number, this song is going to play. Because it's over the top. It's out of control. Okay. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Stop. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We're talking about the guys who defend their woman's honor. Why? Vanessa, the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. This is Vanessa. Great. They had been your listener. Me and my boyfriend at the time were at a Chivas game, and we're, enjoying the game, and stuff, and this white girl decides to stand up when everyone's sitting down pretty quiet, decides to yell, Chivas sucks. All of a sudden, everyone looks at her. I know it was her boyfriend, because every once in a while you can see him, being, snuggly and all that other stuff. And all these, big cholas were coming by, and then all you see is just a circle around her, and then she's gone. They beat her butt. It was hilarious. So, what were you thinking? Really, what were you thinking? The whole time, the guy starts inching away from the crowd. Never goes in, tries to break it up or anything.
Oh, I wouldn't be breaking anything up.
From the crowd.
I'd be watching. I'd just be saying, I don't know this woman. I have no idea what she's talking about.
It was so funny.
I wouldn't care. Hilarious. I wouldn't care if she said she'd never see me again. It would be worth it to see her beaten to a bloody pulp. I would love to see that.
Oh, it was the best. Few people got kicked out, but, overall, that was...
Because it wouldn't be me doing it. It would be somebody that she provoked. And it's the perfect crime, because rather than my beating her to a bloody pulp, which would be wrong, she would have provoked someone else to beat her to a bloody pulp, and I could just stand there and watch.
Exactly. It made my day. Hey, Tom, can you take me out with the screaming orgasm? And
Yes. Yes, I certainly can.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Keith on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Doing okay, Keith.
I was calling about the defending a woman's honor thing and how I learned my lesson, and I want to let everybody know. I was making out with this girl at this party and saying how this guy's pick at it at the party. And, because I was making out with her, she, of course, expected me to defend her honor. And I was a dumb idiot at the time. I was a little scrapper. I really didn't care. A fight was a fight. Well, talking to him and 5 of his buddies, and I walked up to him, and we got into a physical altercation. Well, it was just 5 of them then. Well, by the end of the conversation, before we started throwing blows, 30 of his friends came out of the crowd. I mean, it was like warrior status. They just came out of the dark. I ended up getting jumped by an entire football team. The kicker got me so good in my ribs.
busted 5 of my ribs. I had bruises all down my spine. Oh, I was hurting, bro.
You deserved every bit of it.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Love it.
Can you take me out with Snoop Dogg?
I certainly can.
Thank you, Tom.
Sure. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Tony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Not much, Tony.
G from the LBC. Last time I was on your show was 4/20 of last year.
I see.
Basically, this is a bunch of bull. Where do these women get off thinking that us men have to defend their honor? What honor? Why? You know, chivalry died out a long time ago. Back in the 50s, when these bitches started crying for their equal rights. Equal rights. And then they want me to stick up for them? I don't think so. You know?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of bull, Tom. You know, you get these attention whores that get one too many Smirnoff wine coolers in them, and then they want me to punch some guy's lights out for some stupid stuff that they said.
Yeah, and they said, well, I love the way they egg you on, too. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this?
Are you just going to stand there and let him say that about
Some
me?
guy tried to pick me up. What are you going to do about this?
Goddamn right I'm going to stand there. You handle it. You opened your big trap. You handle it.
And what, by the way, what do they do when you're not there?
They keep their mouths shut.
That's right.
Exactly what they do. They're crying for equal rights, you know. Then the next day, they're crying for maternity leave. They're crying for a guy to lift something over 30 pounds for them. Bull. Do me a favor, Tom. I'm just so aggravated right now. I need to get taken out Kobe style.
All right, Tony, here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Now, how would you say dump that bitch in Chinese?
把那个小鸡扔掉.
What would that mean literally?
It would be like, take that slut and throw her in the trash. throw her out.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show from Hollywood. 1-800-5800-TOM. Are you one of those guys who defends your woman's honor? What is that about? 1-800-5800-866. Let's say hello to Johnny on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, yeah. I think that, like, I agree with everything you're saying, but I just wonder, like if the girl doesn't bring her upon herself, like what if some guy just walks up and just grabs her butt or grabs her breast or something like that? Should we just let that
That
go
is
too?
for her to deal with.
Oh, really? So it's just like, I mean, because I think that's kind of like disrespectful to you, because like you're right there, and he's like, I don't really care that you're there. I'm just
But she's not my property. I couldn't care less. She's just this week's human toilet. What do I care if some guy comes and grabs her ass?
Oh, okay, all right.
Why do I care?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
she's a big girl. She can defend herself.
Not really, not against a guy, but...
Well, it's not your problem, is it?
I guess it shouldn't be, right?
Well, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Why? You really think it's worth getting in trouble over?
Not really, because, I mean, it's even if I'm going to defend her, it's only if the guy's, like, smaller than me or whatever, and even in, like, we don't know if the guy's, like, an MMA fighter or whatever, he could just kick my ass for, like... And I'll offer what? So I guess not, yeah.
Why? I mean, why would you care?
Yeah. All right, Tom, can you blow me up?
Of course I can blow you up. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Ovik on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm okay, Ovik.
The guy just called recently. I had the same topic. And I wanted to know, you know, if you're in a situation, let's say somebody was drunk out there and started picking on your girl, so you still say that you shouldn't...
Well, first of all, why would you even have a girlfriend? Let's start with that.
Well, let's say a girl, not really a girlfriend.
Who cares? Why do you care?
I'm just curious what you
I'm
would
asking
think.
why you. I'm asking why you care.
Why I care about...
Why you care? If some chick that you're boning for some reason is getting antagonized by somebody else, or worse yet, has opened her trap and has gotten herself in trouble with somebody else, why is this your problem?
Even you would advise the same thing, even if this chick wasn't someone you're boning, it was just a friend of yours?
It's not my problem.
All right.
Why? I want to know why it's your problem, and you can't answer that, can you?
I just wanted to know your opinion.
No. Why do you have an opinion? Or are you incapable of expressing an opinion?
My opinion is if a girl, like you said, you were just boning and you didn't care much for her, then there's no honor to defend. Yeah, I wouldn't care, and I would do like you said.
No, but why would you care about anybody that much? You know what? She's a big girl. She's an adult. What would she do if you weren't there? It's not your problem. Why is it your problem?
I somewhat agree with you. I'm not trying to say it's my problem.
Well, you keep saying you want my opinion, but then I'm asking you, why is this your problem? And I'm not really getting an answer.
I didn't say it was my problem. I just wanted to know what you thought about it.
Oh, you're killing me, Larry. 1-800-5800-TOM. That is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Andy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm okay, Andy.
Hey, I figured you might get a kick out of this one. I was dating this bimbo back in the day, when I was younger, and she decided she wanted to do bikini contests and crap. So we were down at this motorcycle show, and she did her thing, and we were walking out when these guys are sitting there leaning against a tree, and they're like, hey, come give me a hug. Give me, you're leaving. So like a dumbass, she goes over there and hugs the guy. I'm just standing there. He makes a comment about me. What is this, your muscle? And I just kind of laughed it off. And then we're walking off. She said, did you see that? He grabbed my ass. And I was like, what do you want me to do? He's with the Mongols. You want me to go over there and just get killed?
And what'd she say?
She just looked at me. I'm like, there's nothing I'm going to do. They're a motorcycle gang. I'll get my ass beat. You shouldn't have went over there. That's on you.
How did she react to that?
She dealt with it.
She dealt with it. What does that mean?
What is she going to do? She knows she's the one that's doing the bikini contest for one, and then she goes over there to give a guy a hug. I mean, she's a big girl. That's her own responsibility.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's it, Tom. Just want to let you know. I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
I certainly did.
Beat the hell out of by a whole gang.
1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Here's Andre on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom? How's it going?
Doing okay.
Hey, man, I post your stuff, but right now I got to say, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Do you have a radio?
Yeah, man, I feel like
Do you speak English?
Now.
Do you speak English?
Oh, yeah, I speak English.
Okay, good. So how would it be possible that you would not know what I'm talking about? Is this Forrest Gump calling?
Oh, no.
Come out, we're on the air.
No, I just feel like it's pretty standard if either you take a girl on a date or you have a girl or whatever. I mean, if somebody is disrespecting a female like that.
Why is that? What century are you calling from? Is this the 19th century calling?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course it is. Son, this is the 21st century, okay? We don't do that anymore. Women are equal. They've told us so. They want to be treated as equals. And just as I would do with any male friend who got himself in trouble, if she decides to get herself in trouble, then she should get herself out of it. It's not my problem.
Oh, but you said if she decides. What if she was just minding her own business?
Again, not my problem. What would she do if you weren't there? She should do that.
If I wasn't there, then it wouldn't be my problem.
Then she should do that. Whatever she would do if you weren't there, that's what she should do. Why should you have to risk your life or risk your safety in any way? Why?
I just feel it would be the right thing to do.
Why?
Because that's what kind of person I am.
What kind of person are you? Stupid?
That has nothing to do with being stupid.
Sure it does. It's a stupid thing to do. That's stupid.
Honorable.
What do you mean honorable?
That's what I mean.
But do you...
It defines itself.
Do you believe in chivalry? Is that what you're telling us?
No, I'm saying it would be an honorable thing to do.
But it's not necessary to do, so why do it?
Because that's the person that I am.
Oh, you've said that already. I'm getting bored. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. John on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Yes, Tom, how you doing?
Great.
All right, so I completely agree with the guy who you just spoke with.
Oh, you're an idiot, too.
No, I'm a human being.
Oh, a human being. Yeah. I see.
I think as humans we have the right to defend other people if they're in trouble.
Well, you also have the right to jump off a building. Be stupid to do it, though.
It's not stupid. It's you have the choice. How about that?
Well, you have the choice, and I choose. Why would I take a risk like that for somebody I'm just boning? What do I care?
Maybe you're a pussy.
I'm not a pussy. Believe me, I'll defend myself.
What about...
somebody comes up upon me, I will defend myself, but I'm not going to defend some broad I'm just putting the bricks to. What do I care?
Yeah, but what if the broad that you're putting the bricks to is a nice girl?
Not my problem. Not my problem.
What if you're out with your cousin and someone, punches your cousin in the face?
Again, my cousin is family. We're talking about somebody I'm boning.
But don't you think you have the obligation to, just help
people
in general?
No. No, I don't.
What if you got into a fight at a bar? Wouldn't you want, and you're getting your ass beat by 5 people, wouldn't you want someone to, come in and help you?
Yeah, I would want the woman I was dating to jump right in and help.
No, not the woman, just the person in general.
Why not the woman?
Okay, what? And what if she did? Would you say?
But you see, you, and this is what I'm talking about. You would not expect the woman to have to respond in kind.
I would. Why not?
Oh, so you would think that a woman you were dating should have to defend you if you are attacked by 5 people, as you said.
Hell yeah, she pulls off her stiletto heel and starts,
So you would expect that.
I don't expect it.
You wouldn't expect that, but she should be able to expect that you would jump in where you have not been invited, where it's none of your business.
Well, if she starts it, that's her problem. Let her get her ass kicked. I agree with you in that sense, 100%.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if somebody is in trouble, I might call 911.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting in the thick of it. No way.
Okay, you can call 911.
What if the people getting involved have weapons, guns, knives, machetes?
Well, then you run for the hills, my friend.
Yeah, but how do you know what they have until you get in the middle of it?
It's, sometimes you got to take a risk.
No, you don't.
You don't think so?
No.
Really?
If it's your mother, come back to me. We're not talking about that. We're talking about some chick who will mean nothing to you in 5 years, who you're simply boning.
I don't know. I still think we have the obligation.
No, we don't have an obligation.
Fellow human beings.
No, we don't. And it's not. You wouldn't do it for fellow human beings. You're talking about a woman you're boning.
All right. Well, yeah, I do. I don't know. Maybe
there is no obligation to do what? That's what you owe her because she allowed you to bone her?
No, I don't owe her anything. I just think it's the
You just said you have an obligation.
Yeah, to help.
But you don't.
But you do.
No, where does it say there's an obligation to do that? Is that a law?
It's a moral code.
It's a moral code by who?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's pretty weak. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Brian on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Dan.
Hello, son.
Yeah, it was funny you talking about this, and you just talked to that guy, and you said you don't know what anybody's carrying, but this happened to me Saturday night, and I carry brass knuckles and a knife. Just depends on what night it is. I've been jumped a bunch of times, but Saturday night we were at a friend's house partying, a bunch of mutual friends, and I had a girl come up to me because another girl threw ice, and she thought it was me, and hit her in the face. So she comes up to me because I was on top of the cooler. I'm sitting on the cooler. And I was really drunk, and she came up, put both her hands around my neck. And out of reaction, I didn't know, I didn't see her coming or nothing. I grabbed her by the neck. Before I could even realize who she was a good friend of mine. She's my buddy's girlfriend. My buddy comes over and just lays one on me. And everybody saw that, and I guess I jumped up or something. We'd been drinking and all. And I jumped up, and I was going to lay into him, but he's my buddy, and I could have really hurt him bad, but I held back. And it was just a dumb move by him, because if it would have been anybody else, I'm sure he would have got stomped on.
Wow.
And I would never stand up for a chick. They got the biggest mouths, Tom.
Well, that's certainly true, generally speaking. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. Visit our MySpace page, myspace.com/TOMLEYKIS.
The Tom Leykis Show.